Hey, what's going on, man? It's CJ Lee. And today I just wanted to discuss something that's called the small things. And I just felt like I just needed to put that out there for somebody that, might need it. So I was driving the other day, actually the other morning, and I looked out the left window, looked out of my window, and I saw this homeless guy. And, he was pushing this buggy. He was actually pulling a buggy, and it had all of this stuff on it, man. And I was looking at him, and he wasn't an old person. He looked like he might have been in his 30s or something like that. And I thought to myself, two things. First of all, man, like what a horrible decision to just like stay right there in that place, because everybody has something that they can offer to the world. And the second thing is I thought, which is what inspired this video today, is that if I was put in his shoes, what would I do? And at first, naturally. I was thinking like, man, I would need like a major overhaul. It's almost like looking at a car that's like sitting in a junkyard, like, okay, bring it to life. You're like, man, I got to do so much. Right. And then my instincts kicked in because I know better than that. And I knew that I would have to start doing small things like, get a job, find free shelter, as much free shelter as I could, save money, and then so on and so forth. And, you'll look up a year from that point and you won't recognize me or my life. And that's exactly what it is. I was on in a conference call, and it's on YouTube now. And these millionaires were on the phone. And in the end of the conference call, they asked the question. They said, if you had to start over again, and you didn't have your contacts, and you didn't have your money or just anything, what would you do? And do you think you would be a millionaire again? And how long would it take you? And most of them said they could be a millionaire within 2 years tops. I think one of them might have said he'd be a millionaire in less than 7 years, no problem. And they just kind of went on into talking about what they would do. And everything they were saying was just like, I would try to do this little thing and then that little thing. And they were building up. And I realized that if they had to start back on ground zero, these people that are so-called the great ones, in our society, they would have to do no more than what we would have to do right now, right this very moment, in order to get to that ladder. The principles are the same across the board, which proves a point that, and they say it all the time, is that greatness is not reserved for the very special among us. Everybody has it. And the only thing that you can do, that you have in your power, is to do the very small things. And that's anybody. You could take Oprah Winfrey, you could take Tyler Perry, LeBron James, Warren Buffett. You could put them back on this planet with no money, no contacts, and all they have is their mind and their know-how, which you have your own set of skills and talents, just in case you're thinking like, well, I don't have their mind. And then they would create, if not the same amount of wealth, something that's very close to it or very relative to what they have now, no problem, in a matter of years, right? And it'll just continue to grow and grow and grow. So it was just very interesting that, when you see millionaires sit there and give, a start over plan, that it's the very same thing that you would have to do today. If you want to write a book, right, then you have to start just scribbling your ideas on that book on paper, and it would have to grow. And, many of us fight this, especially men, because a lot of times women they do things in a process. And, I have a theory on that. When it comes to germination and growing things, when it comes to women, but men, we'll always look for like the big, the big show, or we don't worry with the small things. But that's the world, right? Everything starts with a seed and then it grows. No one just came out and had 1 million followers on any social media. It grew, right? People that are celebrities, their celebrity and their popularity, it grew. Everything grows. It's a principle in the earth. And the minute you're going to grow or increase in any capacity, it's going to start with the small things. If you want to lose weight, it's going to start with that diet or working out. And then you're just, and the natural progression of desire is when you achieve things, you're going to want more and more and more. So this is why you might start off working out 15 minutes a day, and you look up 6 months later and you're going to the gym 5 times a week for an hour, and it doesn't even bother you. Or if you did want to write a book or something like that, it might take you 3 months to write that first, maybe 75-page book. and now you can crank them out, in no time. So, everything just starts very small, and, greatness is not just reserved for a certain class of people in society, and there's a big misconception about that. Focus on the small things. Remember, I said in one of my earlier posts, success is a very quiet process of very, very small things done every single day. All you have to do is just give yourself 2 or 3 things to do every day, really small, and you'll be doing so much in a week and so much in a month, and you'll achieve your goals and all that stuff. So, yeah, focus on the small things. You can't do the big things at one time, and just realize that greatness is in you, and the process is the exact same. Peace.